Captain Marvel will go down in history as one of the most revolutionary movies of our time. Before I get to my review, it needs to be stated that anyone giving Captain Marvel a score of less than 8 simply can't handle the fact that a strong female protagonist is being depicted as someone who doesn't need to rely on some generic male character who is, by default, by virtue of Western society-induced implicit biases, or simply by lazy writing, intellectually and physically superior to any and all female characters. That is a fact. Unfortunately, we live in a society so mentally distorted by antiquated patriarchal systems of power that the most entitled and privileged among us are hardwired to react with fury and vindictiveness whenever the mere notion of gender equality is expressed to women and girls who have been told for centuries that they're not good enough. Fortunately, some men, such as myself, are intellectually advanced and compassionate enough to acknowledge this, and are willing to stand behind women in their fight for justice. Now, on to the review. Brie Larson, both as Captain Marvel and as herself, is perhaps the most inspiring character and individual in modern history. She takes all the stereotypes of
"But females are all weak and helpless"
and turns them completely on their head, exposing the denied truth that women are just as strong as their male counterparts. Stereotypes like this are extremely harmful to the emotional well-being of women. Miss Larson's acting is simply exquisite. I genuinely cried a few times throughout the movie, not just because of how incredible the experience was from beginning to end, but because I became so emotionally overwhelmed by the realization that finally women are being represented as the strong, independent forces of nature that every single one of them are, and this is finally becoming mainstream. We are at a turning point in history, and I can think of no better way to encapsulate the revolution of gender equality than the release of Captain Marvel. I'm not ashamed to admit that I am holding back tears as I write this, as I cannot help thinking of all the struggles endured by women that have finally led up to this point. So to anyone still considering whether to watch this movie, do it! This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to only pay $10 to $15 to take part in a historic moment. At the very least, your contribution will incentivize other Hollywood producers to follow our lead in fighting for freedom and justice. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. Oh, and to whoever wants to downvote my review, you're just confirming the angry white male stereotype. But at least it is a valid stereotype. Bitch.